Right, so just thought I'll take you through a few exercises that you can do on your gym ball that will help you with your core strength and stability around the pelvis as well. I'm going to move sideways on, it's a little bit easier for you to see the movements and what we're doing. So to start off, I'll just put that down on the floor to start with. Start off just getting a feel of the range of movement in your spine, just stretching up tall and then rolling backwards. And get a feel of how far you can move each way. Very nice way to just get yourself started off anyway. And do a few of those moves, and then when you're ready to get started, just bring yourself to the centre position so you're halfway between that full slouch and that really tall overextended position. Just bring yourself halfway back between the two. We're going to use our arms to start with to actually create some increase in activity in our abdominals. Just sitting in the ball itself will activate these muscles just to hold yourself upright. If you want to add in a little bit extra co-contraction around the muscles around here, which is a really good idea, just gently hold a ball between your knees and that increases the activity that little bit more. You're not trying to squeeze the ball. So if I come this way around, you don't want the ball squashed. You're just holding it lightly and not allowing it to drop. So that's just creating a little bit more activity in all of these muscles that support you around the front. So if you keep that ball in position, during the exercise is nice and light, just not letting it drop. And the first activity will be to bring both of your arms up to shoulder height. You should already feel just a tiny little bit more activity in your tummy muscles. And just the fact that you've got to work a little bit to balance on the ball when your arms are here compared to down here. So starting there, and then from there, you're going to move one arm up and one arm down. And then swap it round and controlling that position of your back all the time. So not allowing yourself to kind of overarch this way like a banana. When you lift your arms up, you're going to keep that position midway here all the time. So going up. And what I would do, this will depend very much on how you feel yourself. I would probably look at going up and down 4 times with each arm. Nice and slow and steady. And then have a little rest and do a few more little pelvic tilts. You can do forwards and backwards. Do a few side to side as well. Just get everything moving. And then reposition yourself into that central position again. And then do another set. So bringing both of your arms up. And then one up, one down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And have another little rest again, and then just some nice little movements in between each activity. So that's your first one. Is reaching up and down with each arm just to activate the muscles that are going straight up and down here as well as the deep core ones. And then you want to get your abdominal oblique muscles kicking in as well. So on the ball is quite a nice way to do that without overstraining where the muscles are going over the bump. So you literally just put your hands on opposite sides like this, or you can have your arms folded like this, maybe folded like this, or hold the ball in your hands. I would just see which feels more stable. So your option is to have your legs free a little bit, hold the ball out in front of you, still making sure you're not in this position or over the arch, so still in that middle position. Keep your knees pointing forwards the whole time. So it's your body that rotates one way and the other, like that. Nice and slow and steady. See how that feels. And then try with the ball just held lightly between your knees just to activate that a bit more and see how that feels and see whether you feel like one way works better for you than the other. And with this one again, I'd go side to side 5 times and then stop and have a little rest and move around. So those are your basic core exercises to get the different directions going in your back and your abdominals and your pelvic muscles. If that feels fine and you feel like you could add an extra challenge in, we've got a couple of other ones that you can do. But I'm conscious once you start, these involve maybe taking a little bit more weight on one leg and then the other. And sometimes that's absolutely fine, and sometimes you feel that might trigger a little bit of sciatica. So try it off. If it triggers your sciatica, stick with exercises that keep your feet planted on the ground. So move back a little bit so you can see my feet. So this exercise is not dissimilar to the starting one, but you're just going to lift your arms up. So what you're going to do is lift one arm up and just lift your heel up on the opposite side. So let me just move that, you don't need the ball for this one. So if you lift your right arm up and you lift your left heel, and then you lower your right arm, lift your left arm and your left heel, and just keep alternating like that. So you've still got both your feet touching the ground, so you're not overloading on one leg, but you're just slightly increasing the activity that's going along here to keep you stable. And then the next level up from that would be to actually lift your foot off the floor. So as you lift your left arm, you lift your right foot and try and keep nice and steady and stable. And then swap, lift your right arm and lift your left foot. So just allow your pain to be your guide as to whether you progress onto these ones or whether you just stick with keeping both your feet on the floor and doing this. So just want to give you some options. So that's all the exercises on the ball. And then the other one to really kick, because all of those exercises work the muscles around here and your abdominals and your back, not really getting the glutes muscles here kicking in. So I would do one other exercise. Start, if I'm standing this way, you start with your feet hip width apart. But I'm going to face this way so you can see what I do with the rest of my body. And then it's like imagining there's a chair, but it's a little bit too far behind you. So you're going to sit down, but your weight goes backwards. So you're not letting your knees go forwards, you're letting your bottom go backwards. So literally imagine that there's, I'll just put that seat there, that there's a seat just a little bit too far behind you, and you're just trying to reach it with your bottom by taking it backwards. It's up to you how far you go. So I would go as far as you can if your leg feels okay. So really try quite a deep squat as long as you feel okay, and then really squeeze these muscles here to straighten yourself back up and push your feet through the ground to straighten up, and that will really get these muscles kicking in. If that feels like it's a little bit triggering for your leg pain, then just maybe go just a little movement. So you're just going from there and upright. And you can try doing this exercise with the belt on and try it without the belt and see what difference it makes, if it makes a difference. Okay, give them a whirl, and I'll see you in July to check it out.